Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today, I would really like to read on Pence. Ever since that footage of him visiting that detention center, apparently he visited two that day. One was one of the the one newly finished detention center with some of those billions that went down there with emergency relief. And he said, "Oh, that was good. That was humane. They are all humane, except for, well, maybe this one for the men." Oh my gosh. In the men's detention center, there were so many men stuck in one holding cell. It was ridiculous. And I was looking at him and wondering, he seemed very cold, um, con- concerned, but not in an empathetic way. I mean, if I could read his face and use my intuition, it would be, oh shit. That would be the concern. Like, oh boy, this is not good. Not good. So, and he didn't like that this was captured on film. And I think he was probably worried his boss was going to be mad at him. And his boss is the American people, but no, Trump is the boss, right? So I want to know a little bit what is going on with Pence. And then there was that mysterious, he was called back to Washington. That happened recently. What is going on with him? And also, does he feel the pressure from the evangelical Christians? He claims to be one in just this administration's policies toward immigrants. Okay, and right away I hear no, no. Okay, so Spirit, where is Pence's head right now? Indecisive. We have Two of Swords. He has two plans. I wish I could say that there was some internal struggle that I'm feeling from him for, do I speak up or do I not? I don't feel like that's the internal struggle. The two plans are something else. And they have to do with Mike Pence. So, okay. The outward characteristic is the Hanged Man delay. He's just hanging out there hoping to become president. That's what I'm seeing. He's feeling more discouraged about that. He does not think about, well, this shouldn't be a shock. I just am not feeling in any of his consciousness concern for the citizenry or those who are in the U.S. seeking asylum. I don't feel it. Eight of Wands for the internal characteristic. He's very busy. He's kept very busy. He's kept very busy handling a lot of the official duties of president that do get handled because Trump doesn't handle hardly any of them. So he is very busy handling all those things. His goal is Page of Coins. He wants that job. A lot of times the Page of Coins is a new financial opportunity, a new job. He wants that job. The motivation is Seven of Wands. So he's hanging in there. He is hanging in there. He is standing his ground. He is supporting Trump. He wants to be the heir apparent in case they get rid of him. What's at stake is the Nine of Wands. How long can he do this? He's already battle weary. He's already embattled. He's already feeling tired. This guy's not energetic. This guy, his face looks a lot like Mike Pence looked looking at that crowd. His eyes were bloodshot. Like I said, I would have liked to feel like there was actual pain and compassion for the others on his mind, but I just don't feel that. There's like it kind of clicks, like he knows this is wrong. Like he knows this is wrong, like he knows this would be seen as wrong. But his heart isn't in it. It's more like I know this is wrong. I know my pastor would not like this. I know the church would not like this, but I know it's wrong. He doesn't understand the difference between that kind of legalistic, this is right, this is wrong, these are the rules, don't follow, you know what I mean, don't break the rules, and compassion, you know, being guided by compassion and love. He doesn't get the distinction between those two things. Okay. And his need or his flaw, Page of Cups. This could be two things. The need is for a little bit of good news, but the flaw could also be, I've always seen for him, an interest. Yeah, let's just put it that way, an interest in romantic partners that would not be his wife or anything like his wife, okay? Put it that way. 5 of Cups would be the source of that, So the 5 of Cups, that's about depression. I mean, that's a lot of times about sadness, looking at what's been lost. He does feel like this career choice that he made to be VP has cost him quite a lot in credibility. Yeah. He's not as able to call himself that virtuous man as, you know, he used to be able to. There's that too. Okay, so the effect that this need for this good news has upon his desire to get the job is success, the world, completion. Huh. So that's interesting. But then again, that world card can be, I mean, it can have the connotation of success, but it can simply be a completion. Let us see. Let's clarify that, because I do not feel it. I just don't feel it. I don't feel him taking over the presidency. I never have. 10 of Wands, it would be very burdensome. He's going to ride it out. He's going to ride it out, I think, you guys. He's overburdened. He's taking on a lot of what is actually Trump's job to do. He's definitely the page. I mean, we see no kings in this reading, do we? We see not one king in this reading. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous for a man of his age and his position. We see this guy, he's a fighter. We see this guy, he's under duress. He's holding his ground. These guys are all pages. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. This guy's a working man. There's not a king among them. This was a mistake, and I feel like he's starting to understand this was a mistake. Okay, the past. So we have the 2 of Swords in his present position, right? So there's a decision to be made. He's indecisive. In the past, a lot of worry, 9 of Swords. I feel like he's been worried about getting in trouble himself. In the future, the Lover's card. He's going to try to be in bed with somebody politically in a way that serves him. So that's really interesting. Yeah, I just think I'm reading him right, but I feel like there is something else that's eluding us right now. I don't have clarity about, there's something new with Pence. What is it, Spirit? 8 of Coins and the Magician. He is trying to be very productive. There's another 8. You know, trying to manifest changes that he feels he's supposed to manifest. And I do think that's for the conservative right and the wealthy conservative right. I think so. It's like they're still saying, hang in there, hang in there. Your day will come. But he's just less sure that it will. No, I just don't think it will. I don't think it will. I've always said, if it does, it would be so short-lived. But I just don't feel like it will. What's his further out future looking like for Pence, Spirit? 3 of Cups. King of Coins. Knight of Coins. I don't know that he gets in serious enough trouble. I think there's a lot of disgrace. I think his reputation has taken a beating and is taking a beating. I do think there will be a home for him somewhere in corporate America. Maybe even in politics backed by corporate America. He will take orders dependably, because he will dependably take orders, and that's valuable to some, from the very wealthy man, King of Coins. So yeah. I mean, there'll be a place for him somewhere. That's his consolation prize. His judgment is that even if he completely disgraces himself politically and ruins his reputation for any further political office, his consolation prize would be a good paying job somewhere by some conservative right, far right Christian evangelical kind of investor company, something. And his assessment is correct, that there would be a spot for him there. Does he ever, Spirit, is he ever moved by compassion, real compassion? Not just, like, I feel like he wants to be on the side of what's right, and he can convince himself kind of that he is. All of the gray areas, well, they're not gray to us. To him, maybe. But all those areas he can just sort of chalk up to things that had to be done, a means to an end. But does he ever get better insight about this? No, he never does. 4 of Coins. He's hanging on to his wealth. There's too much greed. The Moon. He's got secrets to hang on to. He's got secrets we don't know about, that he's buried for a long time and already decided are okay. So, in other words, getting closer to understanding some of the deeper insights and true, Jesus's true teachings, would mean a lot of that stuff coming out. It would take a courage and a strength he doesn't have, or he's not willing to get. 4 of Cups. He's not hearing that. He's not hearing that. He's not getting that message. So he really is hobbled. He is a hobbled person. He doesn't see it. He doesn't want to see it. He thinks he's right. He likes thinking he's right. He feels like a victim. He feels like everything that's been done wrong has been done wrong by Trump, and he takes no part in it. He surrounds himself with people who talk to him like that. So, that's so sad. I just don't see him getting it. King of Cups again, Putin. There's some kind of secret with that. 9 of Coins, and he likes his luxuries way too much. He wants to enjoy what he believes he's worked so hard to get. He has no realistic perspective whatsoever. He is very much an elite. Okay. Conservative Christian elite, where everything that he does is correct just by virtue of him identifying himself as an evangelical Christian and going to a church like that. Anything else we should know about Pence? The devil. He's bedeviled. He would be horrified to see that card, wouldn't he? sort of like paying homage. These two people are worshiping, they're paying homage. This is about he's in chains with greed and avarice and his own shaky self-concept, his built up self-concept that is based upon a lot of thoughts and ideas and constructs that he shares with other people, but not love, not compassion, not, not anything real. The realest thing is his bank account. So there we go. Pence is not looking good. And we all long for justice, right? And we think, how can he stand there and look at all of those men and just, darn well he still has himself on his mind. You can see it. How can he do that? He didn't try to interact with any of them. He didn't talk to them. He didn't even look at them like they were individual people. He looked blankly, like he wasn't even looking at their individual faces. He was avoiding their gazes. He didn't want to hear what they were trying to tell him. I wish I could say that it looks like he gets it, but he doesn't. So that's the true trouble. That's the true trouble. That's the true failure here. Not, he may not fail in a huge way. Well, as far as the reputation and politically, yeah. But he may not fail in a huge way, like financially. But there's a failure nonetheless that's much bigger than that. Yeah, 6 of coins. I keep hearing, I'm hearing a million verses going through my head about turning away from the sick and the needy. So anyway, that's what I'm seeing with Pence. The same thing is troubling him. He's just more discouraged because he thought that he would be in a better place by now, meaning probably the Oval Office as president. So that's where he's at. So thank you all for paying attention and not shrinking from this stuff. Thank you very, very much. Bye-bye.